If you've ever observed a hamster, you might have noticed that these small rodents have incredible energy and seem to be constantly in motion. This is because hamsters are nocturnal animals, meaning they are most active during the night while spending much of the day sleeping. This characteristic is one of the factors that make hamsters so fascinating. Imagine an animal so small and seemingly simple but harboring numerous secrets in its behavior and the way it adapts to its environment. Hamsters, despite their small size, have a very interesting lifestyle structure. They are extremely organized and even strategic. In their natural habitat, which ranges from desert regions to temperate forests, they need to be cautious and ready to survive. This directly influences how they behave when they are in captivity as pets. And, of course, this adaptation to captivity has brought various curiosities and some challenges as well. These little rodents have a peculiar habit, collecting and storing food. If you've ever owned a hamster, you may have noticed that it seems to hide its food. What happens is that, in their natural habitat, hamsters are forced to store food for periods when food is scarce. This is why, even in captivity, they maintain this behavior. Upon finding food, they don't eat everything at once. Instead, they carry it to a specific corner of their cage, creating a real storage area. This is a smart way to ensure they will always have something to eat in case they encounter difficulty finding food in the future. Another interesting aspect is that hamsters have cheek pouches that function like real backpacks. These pouches are flexible and can expand significantly, allowing them to carry large amounts of food or even small objects. What's most impressive is that when a hamster feels safe, it dumps everything stored in its cheeks into its hiding place. This behavior of storing food is an instinctive trait and reinforces how adaptable and organized these animals are. Speaking of adaptation, it's interesting to consider that, in a domestic environment, hamsters also need an adequate space to live healthily. As extremely active animals, a small cage can cause boredom and even stress. It's common to see hamsters spinning in their wheels, and this isn't just a pastime, it's a way of expending accumulated energy, especially because, in a natural environment, they would spend much of their time exploring and moving around. Therefore, providing a spacious cage with toys and tubes to climb is essential for the hamster to have a more fulfilling and active life. These rodents are also known for their excellent hearing and sense of smell. Hamsters don't see very well, so they rely heavily on these two senses to explore their environment and locate food or even identify possible threats. In fact, this is why you'll often see a hamster sniffing the air as if trying to detect what is around. This sense of smell is highly developed and allows them to recognize other hamsters and even memorize specific scents. Additionally, hamsters are quite territorial animals. They prefer to have their own defined space. When in nature, they create tunnels and small hideouts where they live alone. This may surprise those who think hamsters are sociable. In reality, these rodents are solitary by nature and prefer not to share their space with other hamsters. This is why many experts recommend they be kept alone in captivity. Placing two hamsters together, especially if they are of the same species, can result in fights. They are protective of their space and can be very defensive, showing aggressive behaviors to secure their area. Another curious point is that, despite being animals that love solitude, hamsters form bonds with their owners. They can recognize the voice and smell of the people who care for them and, over time, can become quite friendly. Although this doesn't mean they will show affection like a dog or a cat, they may approach you, allowing you to pick them up or even asking for treats. This subtle connection is what makes hamsters so special as pets. However, it's important to understand that, despite all the affection owners may have, hamsters are sensitive and require careful handling. Since they are small and have fragile bones, any sudden movement can hurt them. For this reason, it is always recommended to handle them gently, creating a safe and calm environment to prevent them from getting scared. When it comes to a hamster's health, it's essential to highlight the need for a balanced diet. Many owners mistakenly think that these animals can eat any type of food, which isn't true. They have specific needs, and a diet rich in fiber, protein, and vitamins is fundamental for a long and healthy life. Although they love seeds and grains, a balanced diet that includes specific fruits and vegetables is vital to prevent health problems. An interesting fact is that hamsters are short-lived animals, generally living 2 to 3 years. This means that, although their companionship is brief, every moment with them is special. Precisely because of this short lifespan, they grow and mature quickly, which makes the time spent with them even more meaningful. One of the most fascinating aspects of hamsters is their ability to adapt to their environment. Despite their short lifespan, they seem to quickly adjust to new places and adapt to changes. This is partly because they are resilient rodents that have evolved to survive in various environments. However, adapting to captivity presents some challenges. For instance, although they are very active animals in the wild, life in a cage can limit their natural instincts, requiring extra care from owners to keep hamsters healthy and active. This is where cage toys and accessories come in. An exercise wheel is practically a must for hamster owners, as it allows them to burn off much of their energy. What many don't realize is that the wheel needs to be the right size for the hamster, as a wheel that's too small can cause spinal problems and harm the animal's health. Additionally, tubes, ramps, and other toys are essential as they help simulate the natural environment where hamsters would dig tunnels and explore their territory. This simulation of their natural habitat, even within a cage, can make a significant difference to a hamster's well-being. Another interesting point is hamsters' habit of digging and burying objects. This behavior is part of their natural instinct for protection and creating a safe space. In the wild, hamsters build tunnels and burrows to protect themselves from predators and harsh weather. Even in a cage, they try to replicate this behavior. It's common to see them moving around their bedding material or wood shavings, trying to create a little nest or hiding place. Providing suitable materials for digging and building is essential for them to express these instincts and feel more comfortable in their environment. Temperature control is another factor that deserves attention. Hamsters are sensitive to sudden temperature changes, and in very cold or hot climates, they may suffer a lot. On hot days, it's essential to keep the cage in a cool place, away from direct sunlight, as excessive heat can cause dehydration or even heat stroke. In very low temperatures, hamsters may enter a temporary hibernation state, which can be dangerous if the environment is not ideal. Therefore, the ideal temperature for hamsters should be kept between 18 and 24 degrees Celsius to ensure they are always comfortable and healthy. Hamsters also have a rapid reproductive cycle, which is advantageous for species survival in the wild. In captivity, however, this can be a challenge. If a pair of hamsters is kept together, they are likely to reproduce frequently. For those who don't want to deal with breeding, it's better to keep hamsters in separate cages. Female hamsters can have multiple litters each year, with each litter producing an average of 4 to 8 babies. This requires special attention, as a high number of hamsters in the same cage can lead to conflicts and make domestic care more difficult. Hamster sleep behavior is also an interesting curiosity. Being nocturnal animals, they sleep most of the day and are often more active at night. For owners, this can be an important detail, as it means the hamster's cage should not be placed in a bedroom where people sleep, since they can make quite a bit of noise at night, running on their wheel or digging. This unconventional sleep pattern may be surprising to those who have never owned a hamster before, but it's simply part of their nature. Another often overlooked point is the way hamsters clean themselves. They are known to be very hygienic animals and spend a good part of their time grooming. Contrary to what some may think, hamsters don't need to be bathed with water, as this can cause stress and health issues. Instead, they keep themselves clean by licking their bodies and rubbing their paws over their faces and fur. In captivity, a little hamster-safe sand can be provided for them to roll in, which helps maintain their coat. This dry bath is ideal and safe, allowing the hamster to maintain its hygiene routine without external interference. Hamster nutrition is also an aspect that requires attention. In their natural habitat, they eat a wide variety of seeds, grains, fruits, and vegetables. In the domestic environment, it's essential to offer a balanced diet that meets these needs. Besides seed mixes sold in pet stores, fruits like apples and carrots can be offered in moderation. Foods high in sugar or fat should be avoided, as they can cause obesity and health problems. Each meal should be carefully thought out to ensure that the hamster gets all the necessary nutrients for a healthy life. One lesser-known fact is that hamsters' teeth grow continuously throughout their lives. This means that, to keep their teeth healthy and prevent overgrowth, it's essential for hamsters to have hard materials to gnaw on, such as wooden chew sticks specifically for rodents. This gnawing habit helps wear down their teeth, keeping them at the right size and preventing pain or complications. This behavior is yet another example of how a hamster's instincts are still very present even when they live in a domestic environment. Beyond physical health, attention should also be given to a hamster's mental well-being. Being active animals, they may feel bored and frustrated if they don't have enough activities to do. This boredom can lead to destructive behaviors, such as biting the cage bars or becoming hyperactive. Introducing new toys, different types of food, and even changing the arrangement of items inside the cage can help stimulate curiosity and keep the hamster engaged. Hamsters also have an excellent spatial memory. In their natural habitat, they need to remember the path to their burrows and the places where they have stored food. In a domestic environment, they apply this same skill. If you rearrange the cage or move toys around, the hamster may spend some time exploring and readapting. This shows that, even in captivity, they retain their instinctive skills, always seeking to understand and adapt to their surroundings. Fascinatingly, hamsters can also recognize their owners by smell and the sound of their voice. Over time, they may recognize their owner and even react specifically to their presence, such as by approaching or climbing onto a hand. This is a subtle form of connection that shows hamsters' ability to develop familiarity with those who care for them. Another intriguing behavior of hamsters is their habit of storing food in their cheeks. These cheek pouches can expand considerably, allowing them to carry large amounts of food to their hiding spots. In the wild, this ability is vital for survival, as it helps them gather enough food for times of scarcity. In captivity, they retain this instinctive behavior, even when food is readily available. It's common to see hamsters picking up seeds and other foods and storing them in a corner of the cage, as if saving them for emergencies. This curious trait often entertains owners and showcases how they preserve their natural habits. Moreover, each hamster has a unique personality. Some may be shyer and prefer to hide, while others are extremely curious and active. This variety in temperaments makes each hamster special and unique. The process of socialization is essential for understanding each hamster's behavior. Spending time with the hamster, respecting its pace, and adapting to its personality can be rewarding. For dedicated owners, the process of earning a hamster's trust and seeing it respond positively is one of the greatest satisfactions. Although they are small animals, hamsters also express signs of emotions. Behaviors like biting the cage bars, running excessively on the wheel, or hiding may indicate that the animal is stressed or anxious. A calm environment without loud noises and a space where it can hide can help reduce these stress signals. Knowing and observing the hamster's behavior is essential for identifying its needs. They can be sensitive to changes and often need time to adapt to new routines or environments. The relationship between hamsters and humans is quite special but requires patience. Since they are naturally independent and more solitary animals, not all of them will seek constant interaction with their owner. Still, over time and by respecting their limits, many hamsters learn to trust and feel safe when interacting. This bond is built gradually and requires consistency and kindness, especially during handling moments. Ideally, you should always offer your hand to the hamster before picking it up, and if it shows discomfort, wait and try again later. This respect for the animal's space and time strengthens the trust between the hamster and its owner. Hamsters, being small and fast animals, also have unique vision. They see well in the dark and have a wide field of vision, which helps them detect movements around them. However, they struggle with close-up vision, which is why they rely heavily on their sense of smell. They are extremely sensitive to scents and can identify people and their surroundings primarily through this sense. This skill helps them orient themselves and recognize when they are safe. Therefore, it's advisable for the owner to wash their hands before interacting with the hamster, to prevent unfamiliar scents from making the animal uncomfortable. Despite their short lives, typically ranging from 2 to 3 years, hamsters leave a significant mark on their owners' lives. This experience teaches about responsibility, patience, and even dealing with the natural life cycle. Many children have hamsters as their first pets, which can be a way to learn about caring for and empathizing with another living being. For adults, a hamster is a companion that, though silent, brings joy and a sense of tranquility. It is an experience of care that connects the owner to an animal that, despite being small, has a distinct and remarkable personality. In the end, taking care of a hamster is not just about feeding it and keeping it in a cage. It involves creating an environment where it can express its natural behaviors, where it can dig, gnaw, run, and explore. With attention and dedication, it's possible to provide a rich and healthy life for these small rodents. Understanding their needs and respecting their nature is key to a positive relationship and the hamster's well-being.